Guys, welcome to our channel. Today we are debating on who's the boss, who will win, Light or Johan Liebert, monster. If both were in same world, will Light be able to kill him or not? It's a big debate. People are talking. Some says Light will win, some says Johan Liebert, monster. So guys, it's a nice comparison between these two. Who will win, Johan Liebert from Monster or Light Yagami from Death Note? So guys, let's first start with their character personalities, so we will get to know about their characters. Johan Liebert. Johan Liebert is the titular monster and the main antagonist in the manga and anime series Monster. He is a ruthless and psychopathic serial killer whose life was saved by Kenzo Tenma as a child. He is also the twin brother of Nina Fortner. On the other hand, Light is a schoolboy, with psycho intentions but not a ruthless murderer like Johan Liebert. He is having Death Note with Shimigami supporting him always, and Light is a mastermind in himself. Even lots of detectives failed to beat him. So, now guys, Johan killed lots of people as he's a psycho killer, and even Light killed many peoples with Death Note. In Death Note we have seen how Light convinces Misa for killing L. So, guys, this proves if Johan anyhow will be in Light world, he will gonna do anything to kill him. Doesn't matter what happens, he's a fully determined boy. On the other hand, Johan Liebert can't be killed by Light cause he's having no name, and even he can convince him to kill himself somehow. And even Shimigami can't kill cause no one knows his real name, cause he's having no name. Number 1, if Light has Shimigami and Death Note as advantage, then Johan Liebert has no name and convincing power as advantage. Guys, I have a short theory about Monster, and exactly, even if Johan has no name, Light would win. Have you watched the ending of Monster where Johan has disappeared? My theory is that when Tenma has revealed to Johan about his name, Light finally writes his name down in the Death Note. If it's suicide, that would explain the open window, but if it's a heart attack, that would explain of Johan's bed empty, because I think he's taken to the morgue. Do you agree with my theory? Actually, I'm a fan of Light, so this theory was to support Light Yagami, but let's go practical. Who would win, Light Yagami or Johan Liebert? If we presume Light is armed with a Death Note, then he practically beats any opponent simply because he has his incredible intellectual abilities and a supernatural notebook on his side. As long as he knows who his enemy is, the enemy dies. But Johan is a tricky case. The whole point of Monster was to present the audience with a supervillain that had no name at all, the monster with no name, so to speak, and that makes him largely immune to Light's Death Note. Johan had no name. He didn't exist on public records. He was literally a ghost, forgotten, unseen, and that is precisely what makes him so deadly. Light would have to resort to using Shinigami eyes or something in order to kill Johan, but I doubt he would do that when facing an opponent that he has almost no knowledge of. Now, if we put the Death Note aside, then I'd say Johan would win. Regarding their intellectual abilities, Johan has the upper hand here. He was, after all, engineered to possess perfect intelligence, and that has been proven again and again throughout Monster. Almost all of his plans were completely flawless, and he never really lost in the end. Light, on the other hand, was also a super genius, but he lacked the ability to make plans on Johan's level, and when he became arrogant and careless in the end, he was exposed and shot to death. Plus, Light would know almost nothing about Johan. Johan, on the other hand, should be able to figure out who Kira is. After all, L did know that Light was Kira in the end. He just couldn't prove anything in order to convict Light, and since Johan operates outside the boundaries of the law, unlike L, he would be able to take out Light easily. Probably just get a sniper to put a bullet in Light's head or something. Johan is a criminal. He deals with threats the criminal way. Finally, Johan's manipulation skills are absolutely horrifying. He was practically equal to BBC Sherlock's Eurus Holmes in this department. He can mentally reprogram almost anyone by talking to them, making facial expressions, staring them in the eye, etc. This even progressed to the point that he can manipulate killers to assassinate his targets by simply writing the target's name on a sandbox. If Johan feels like it, he can pay Light a visit and convince Light to hand over the Death Note, and then make Light commit suicide by exposing his inner conflicts or something. In short, Light is largely outclassed here, and the only chance he can win is to use the Shinigami eyes, which I seriously doubt if he will do. So, guys, we conclude that in reality Johan Liebert is Andy of Light Yagami. Comment down your views on this.